Welcome to PUBG Playbook. Here we examine esports highlights looking to better understand the action taking place on the battlegrounds. In this episode we'll be taking a look at the preferred landing areas of 4 of the teams competing at the PUBG Global Championship. Knowing what teams are looking for as they're dropping in will help outline the different options you have when looting in competitive PUBG. To help you better understand, here are the 2 parameters we'll be working with in this episode: center to edge and city to split. These can be divided into 4 combinations: center city, center split, edge city and edge split. To start off, we're headed to Miramar. Genesis is one of the more consistent teams in the NPL, and they have laid claim to Picado quite a while ago, and for good reason. The central position of the city gives them a greater chance of being inside the first circle, and shouldn't they be? Well, for the most part, only short rotations will be needed. Looting up the casino and arena might not be as easy at PGC as it has been in PL though. Across the 9 regions, 5 qualified teams favor landing in Picado, so some might argue that heading to the city of Sin will be a bit of a gamble. If we jump to the western edge of the map, we find El Pozo. This town has been home turf of the Afreeca Freecs Fatal from the Korean PKL throughout the FaZe. While both Genesis and Fatal enjoy gearing up quickly with the masses of weapons and utility the cities provide, Afreeca Freecs Fatal, in most cases, will have much further to travel early on. Fortunately, there are only few opponents on the edge of the map, giving them more space to rotate. With that said though, reaching the center in the first circles can be extremely difficult due to the distance they might have to travel. An alternative to having your entire team land together in or around a city is to try what we like to call split looting. FaZe have been split looting the multi-power area for longer than the Pro League has existed and are very comfortable looting here. Their wide spread gives them a bigger area of control than most teams looting cities, but it comes at the cost of not being right next door should a teammate run into trouble. Another issue that looting on the edge of the map can cause is that the plane paths don't always favor your team. Therefore, for the most part, you will see edge looting teams always have an alternative loot spot they can go to should their primary one be out of reach. One team that never have to worry about plane paths on their angle is 4AM. Their central position on the map makes it easy to reach on practically all plane paths, and with both school, apartments and some of the adjacent compounds to the east available, they have plenty of looting opportunities. One big threat to their spot though is the pressure from the nearby teams. Rozhok, Pachinki and multiple split loot variations are optional for opposing teams in the nearby area, so something as simple as securing vehicles can sometimes be really difficult. These are the extremes of drop-in tactics. Knowing how teams want to start the match will help you better understand what they're looking to do next. Speaking of next, in the next episode we'll be taking a closer look at some of those key early game moments as we break down the first week of the PUBG Global Championship. I'm Toby, and thanks for joining us in PUBG Playbook.